It was expected to be a class party with all the trappings of a show-stopping glitz and glamour. But the academic scholar and intellectual social reformer, Professor Udenta, who turned 60, had other plans to mark his 60th anniversary. It turns out to be a moment of deep reflection on the state of the nation. The tone for the national dialogue was set in motion by no other person than former President Goodluck Jonathan.
What leaders do to create nations is say, if I go multi-party, the parties may take regional cleavages or go into religious cleavages. Maybe you have a Christian party, a Muslim party, or one section and so on. And that when we go that way, they will have problems.
Then the former education minister, Obi Ezekwesili, known for her uncompromising standpoint, steps in.
We have resorted to practicing pseudo-democracy in our continent, and we pay the price for it. Democracy has not failed Africa. What has failed Africa are very corrupted leaders masquerading as Democrats.
Setting the tone from a very frank conversation is the former Ekiti State Governor, Kayode Fayemi, whose startling revelation of the insincerity of the political class during the protest against fuel subsidy removal in 2012 drew wide attention.
We need alternative politics rather than political alternatives. And my own notion of alternative politics that can lead us to building a better consensus around progress is that you cannot have 37% of the vote and take 100% of the spoils. It is not going to work. It's not going to help build consensus. It's time that we as a country begin to look in the direction of what is generally known as proportional representation, so that the party declared to have won 21% of the vote also has 21% of the government. That way, we will all see ourselves as critical stakeholders because we know what adversarial politics breeds. When what President Jonathan is doing, which 10 or so years after, all the political parties in this country agreed with. They even put it in their manifesto. Subsidy must be removed. Subsidy must be removed. Subsidy must be removed. We in ACN at the time, in 2012, we know the truth, sir. But it is all politics.
The essence of the ceremony, which is to create a rallying point for a blunt conversation on the way forward for Nigeria, was well captured by the pedigree of dignitaries present to launch the 21 books of Professor Udenta. The celebrant and convener of the National Dialogue speaks on the ideas espoused at the national conversation.
Democracy and legitimacy do not come through constitutional text. It's through practice. What do you do for the people to change and transform their entity? That's the direction Nigeria should take.
A 60th birthday could make for a diamond jubilee worthy of all the merriment, but the celebrant, Professor Udenta, has shunned the gallery of festivities to make a clarion call for our leaders to chart the way forward for our dear nation. It's been a moment of frank conversation with bombshell coming from different directions, especially the one from Dr. Kayode Fayemi, who revealed startling revelation about fuel subsidy. For now, the sexagenarian has launched 21 books to inspire many generations of Nigerians towards an exalted future. From the Nigerian Air Force Event Center, Abuja, Benga Ashiru, Arise News.